What's up, everybody? It's DJ back again with another goods video. I appreciate y'all tuning back in. Before we get started, if you guys can go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell notification as well, so you know the next time I upload a video. And if you do like the video, make sure you leave a comment and like the video as well. For this one, I'm hoping it'll be pretty short. I'm going to show how to plant a couple different seeds in a garden bed that we built last time. For more information on that, make sure you check out my last video. It'll show you exactly how to build a garden bed from scratch. I'll leave a link of that one in the description as well. And then at the end of this video, I'm gonna give an update on the things that we planted a couple months back or a couple weeks back, and then give an update on some of the things that I had to repot over the last couple weeks as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. So these are some of the seeds that I'm going to be planting today. Carrots, beets, Swiss chard, and spinach. These are plants that if you don't have a greenhouse or somewhere where you can start things inside, you can plant them outside around this time, about 2 or 3 weeks before your average frost date. For carrots and beets though, it's better to directly sow those. If you transplant them, you can run a chance of actually disturbing the roots. Like I mentioned in a video previously, you can look on the back of most seed packets and it'll tell you exactly how deep to plant things, best time to plant them, how far to space them apart. But for the carrots, I'm gonna plant these. I got 2 different varieties. I'm gonna plant both of these inside the actual garden bed after I prepare it. And then the beets are pretty shallow, so I'm gonna grow these in pots just to save a little bit of space in the actual garden beds. Same with the carrots though, you don't want to plant these inside and then transplant them because you can mess up the roots, which will cause it to mature after a longer period of time instead of getting your vegetables earlier. And then the Swiss chard and spinach, they're actually in the same family, I believe, and grow in similar ways. I'm gonna grow both of these in pots as well, just to save a little bit of time. What you can do with spinach and Swiss chard and other leafy vegetables is plant them in succession. So I might plant these this week and then plant a couple more in a couple weeks. That way I can keep harvesting them over the entire season and not have to worry about one harvest and being completely run out. So for the next part, what I'm gonna do is just show how I prepare the garden bed for planting the carrots and a couple other vegetables as well. So here, all I'm doing is just tilling up the soil, loosening it up. Then what I do is add a mixture of lime and plant feed to the soil and mix it in about 1 or 2 inches deep. Then I even it back out after that. Then what I do with the string, like I mentioned in my last video, is I marked off straight lines with the deck screws. That way when I plant things, it'll be evenly spaced in straight lines. All right, so these are the 2 varieties of carrots that I'm gonna grow. I'm gonna plant 1 row of the Carnival blend and then 1 row of the Danvers. And then I'll keep planting a couple rows every couple weeks or so. That way I can keep harvesting them the entire summer. So this part's pretty easy. All I do is pack the soil down a little bit, poke about a 1/2 inch hole in, drop the seeds in, cover them, add a little bit of water, and then I'm good to go. So next, these are the 3 things that I'm planting. The beets, I'm gonna put those in the large pot, and then the Swiss chard and the spinach, I'm gonna put those 2 in the smaller pots on the left. I got the organic pot mix right here that I'm gonna fill up the pots with. Like I said, I got 3 pots. Then I'm gonna use a little bit of water just to moisten the soil and make sure it's completely compacted. But I'll speed that part up and then come right back. Wondering where I got the tie-dye socks, make sure you check out my Instagram page at goods_NC. I'll leave a link of it down in the description below as well. All right, as you can see, I got the 3 pots filled up with soil. I got a little bit of water in there just to make sure the soil under the top layer is a little bit moist. On 2 left pots, I'm gonna plant lettuce and Swiss chard. I got a couple holes for the seeds to actually go into in those 2, and then the one on the right, the big one, I'm gonna plant the beets in. I only have holes on the left hand side of it just because I'm only planting beets on this side for right now, and then in a few weeks I'll plant on the right side as well, and then I'll plant probably some more in the garden bed. That way I can have a few harvests over and over and over again over the following weeks. Alright, so just getting into the actual update of the plants that we already started. In the garden bed, I actually planted these snap peas last week, so I'm not sure if you can really see them. They just sprouted. Only about 6 of them have sprouted so far, but I planted 12 different seeds, and I think all of them should sprout. And they're right beside the carrots that I planted a little bit earlier. And then in the pots, of course, I got the beets, got the spinach, and then got the Swiss chard. I'm gonna take them outside of the garden box later, but right now I still got the grass seed that I just planted, so I just wanted to make sure I kept it off of that. But next I'll show you guys what the greenhouse looks like. All right, so for the greenhouse, I actually pulled the plastic covering off. It was a pretty warm day today, so I wanted to make sure they got enough wind and got the full sun all day. But here are the heirloom tomatoes. Planted a couple extra ones just cause I think I just like the way tomatoes grow and how they look when they grow, so I just planted a couple more. Still got some okra left. Probably need to water them. The leaves are starting to wilt a little bit, but that's all good. The habanero peppers looking pretty healthy so far. And right behind those are the jalapeno peppers. And then below, I actually just planted these a little bit earlier this week as well. Those are Carolina Reaper peppers. I think those are the hottest peppers in the world. We're gonna see. One of them has already started to sprout a little bit. I'm not sure if you can really see that one. One of them's already started to sprout. We're gonna see exactly how spicy those get. Here I got some eggplants. I don't have a label on them, but those are eggplants. A couple of those have sprouted already as well. And then below those are a couple of lima beans and Roma beans that I went ahead and planted. Those will be little bean bushes that I'll repot here in the next couple weeks. Here are the bell peppers on this side. Started a couple more of these, these sprouted. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with those yet, but I just wanted to have a couple extra. The celery looking pretty healthy so far. Thinned those out a little bit. A couple of them started to wilt, and I think you only need about 2 or 3 per plant. So I went ahead and thinned those out a little bit as well. And then here's the lettuce starting to finally take root. Seen a lot of growth over the last couple of days here. And then on this bottom row, I got some kale. Just planted that earlier today as well. That'll sprout in the next couple of days or next week or so. And then I wanted to try to see if I can start some melons early. So this is the jumbo cantaloupe. I'm gonna have another strain of cantaloupe that I'm gonna plant as well. And then this is the watermelon. I'll just repot these or replant these once it gets a little bit warmer, once they sprout. And then taking it over here are pretty much all my trees. I repotted all of them out of the solar cups that they were in before. So this row right here is all the lemon trees. As you can see, they're all looking pretty healthy except for this one. The root system looks pretty healthy on it still, but I'm not sure why. I think it might be a fungus that's causing the leaves to do that. I'll look it up and see if I can figure that out. And then here are the orange trees. A little bit younger than the lemon trees, but looking like they're off to a pretty healthy start as well. And then these are the apple trees that I have left. Repotted all of these. This one right here has really been taking off. Probably about 1.5 feet tall already. And the other ones are about 1 foot tall. But those are the 4 apple trees that I have currently right now, along with the other citrus trees that I have. Then one more tree I want to show you. All right, so this is the last update that I wanted to give. This is another apple tree that I started about the same time as the other ones I just showed. But for some reason, this one, it looks like the growth has been stunted or something's got a hold of it, it looks like. I just transplanted it into this pot today and the root system looked pretty healthy. So what I think I'm gonna do is try to keep growing it over the next couple years or so and then try to turn it into a bonsai tree. I don't know if it'll actually give fruit, but I think it could be cool to have like a mini apple tree just kind of growing in the house. So I got that on the front porch right now. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of give an update on that. So we'll see how that goes over the next couple of years as well. All right, thanks for watching my video, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification as well so you don't miss out on any new videos. And if you like the content that was in this one, make sure you leave a like and a comment as well. And feel free to ask any questions or if there's anything that you want me to touch on in my videos going forward. Over the next couple of weeks, it's pretty much like prime gardening season, so I'll be showing a lot of videos on how to plant different types of vegetables and fruits going forward. So make sure you subscribe, you don't want to miss out. But until next time, guys, peace.